We're gonna start.
Okay.
Are you nervous?
Gosh.
Hi guys.
Hi.
So I had Hyo come over early this morning so we could just like chat before doing this, and now this is when you freeze up, right?
Yes. I'm just gonna imagine all of you naked.
Can you share what Sandra said this morning? Sandra's our friend from church and she's so cute, and Hyo's gonna share.
Oh, so she texted me last night and she's like, oh yeah, I know you're gonna be on morning chat. I know you're nervous, so I'll be praying for you. And she's actually gonna be on morning chat next week.
Mm-hmm. Next week.
Next week. And so she asked me to do the same for her. She said, yeah, we'll do great. And
she gave you a pep talk for morning
cute,
chat.
right?
That's so cute.
But I probably needed it.
Actually, one of my viewers, when I posted that photo of you on Instagram, I was like, hey, if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, leave me a comment. And someone asked like how I found my current church, and Tiffany, hi Tiffany, she mentioned
Is that what you do?
I do. I say something. She was like, it's hard to find people you really connect with the older you get. And I'm really glad you guys found each other, is what she said.
I'm glad too.
Right? This was a fast friendship. I want to talk about like how we met and like the history of our friendship together. How did I find my current church? I found it through Chad and Gail. Chad and Gail used to go to this church, and then they were talking about it a lot to me and Brandon. So we just figured, we'll check it out one Sunday, because Chad was gonna share his testimony. And so we ended up going, and Hyo and Eugene is Hyo's husband, they were the only couple we knew before church. We were like acquaintances. Absolutely, it gets harder, right? Wouldn't you say, to find friends? Why did you already start putting on your makeup?
Because I'm really bad at multitasking, so if I talk, I'm not gonna be doing any makeup.
Oh, this is why I have parts of my face. And when Hyo watches my morning chat, she's like, God, I just want to blend that for her. I'll just have like a chunk of foundation.
Like, hey, you missed that spot.
Oh no, because I wanted you to talk about the skin tint too, and why you like it and stuff.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, fine.
I'll wash it off.
Would you say the same as we get older? It's like just harder.
I think not just life stage, but it's also living in Korea. I think makes it even harder because you meet so many people, but everyone is so busy. And I mean, it's a very generic thing to say, but life gets crazy and busy, and I don't know if it's people just being in general tired of making the effort, or so it has to click more from the beginning, so that you want to make more effort to get to know the person better. And sometimes it helps that when you're when you already have met through like events, or when you kind of know people, but when you just meet people completely like new, it's hard to even open up. And then because Seoul is so transient, you think they're gonna leave soon.
Yeah, don't get attached, right?
You don't want to get attached.
I definitely had that filter too. And I remember when we were at church, there was a couple that was visiting the church, and I remember like I overheard a conversation Sandra was having with the girl, and she was like, oh, how long are you in Seoul? And I think she said like, I'm gonna be here for at least 2 years. So Sandra was like, okay, then we can be friends, because if you're leaving next week, I don't want to like you. How do we so actually Hyo's husband Eugene is really good friends with Brian Ju. They lived together for a while.
They were roommates a long time ago.
Yeah, so Hyo and I, before we met at church, I would see her once a year at Brian's Christmas parties. And I met you for the first time in 2014. And then 2015, when I met her again, she was pregnant. So remember I asked you why you weren't drinking. Because it wasn't very, like, I couldn't tell right away when I first saw you.
I was only 3-4 months along.
And I remember she was pregnant, and now she has a baby, and now we're friends. Like, she became, because like at Brian's parties, it was like almost everyone there had to do with Reebok or CrossFit related, and then it was Hyo and Eugene. And it was like, oh, okay.
You?
it was an interesting context. But you guys kind of also went to church with Brian too, right? Didn't he go to?
He used to go to Onuriya.
Ah, okay. So when we got to church and we saw Hyo and Eugene, it was like, oh, another familiar face. Once we started like regularly attending church. And I think even before Chad left, he'd mentioned like to Brandon, he he was like, yeah, you should get to know Eugene. He's a solid guy. That was something that
Did you talk about me?
Yo, I mean, you're kind of really hard to like. You're still growing on me, to be honest.
I'm trying to grow.
No, but Hyo, can you share some like fun facts about yourself? Because she's a very interesting human. How you grew up and like your context. Like can you share all of that? Share some fun facts about you.
Fun facts.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Korean. I lived in Germany though. German is pretty much my mother tongue because we moved to Germany when I was 3 years old. So I went to kindergarten in Germany. I lived in Germany for 7 to 8 years, and I lived in Belgium for about 9, almost 10 years. What fun facts? I like to knit. I'm not very good at keeping up with it.
You're gonna teach me though, right?
Yes, I will.
That's your homework.
I'm gonna make awesome stuff.
Yes, I really want to learn how to knit. And then can you say something in German and then can you translate it to me so I can put it in subtitles?
Hallo, mein Name ist Hyo, wohne seit 12 Jahren in Seoul. Ich habe einen Sohn, der ist jetzt gerade 6 Monate alt. Und meine Hobbys sind Project Runway gucken und natürlich ihren Morning Chats. Und I forgot the word for knitting. Oh my god, my German. I lost my German. Ich brauche mir deutsche Freunde in Korea. Es gibt leider nicht viele. Und ich spreche hauptsächlich Englisch und Koreanisch hier. Deswegen.
Okay, don't forget what you just said. I need subtitles. I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying.
So I introduced myself. And then I said
something about Project Runway.
My hobbies are watching Project Runway and oh my god, I have a memory of a goldfish.
I heard you say
and watching your morning chats, of course.
Oh, I'm up there with Project Runway.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you like about morning chats? Because you know me in real life, and I feel like I tell you so many things. Like the morning chats has to be overly redundant for you.
No, but it's remember when I first met her and then I heard about the morning chats. I watched it, but I told her I don't really like watching them because then when I meet her, I don't want to already know what you talked about. And you're always so like friendly to explain everything in detail. And then I watch your morning chats like, oh, she said everything here. Why did I have to make you
like say it again? Oh,
but
I see.
Yeah, it's kind of like if I couldn't meet you one-on-one directly, then I would watch it, but I feel like I want to get to know you more in person rather than just through social media, this YouTube social media.
Yeah.
Is it? Sure. I don't know. I'm not on Instagram. I just do Facebook too.
She's not on Instagram. That's why when she sends me pictures, I just post them with her. And then I text her after. I'm like, I used this photo. No, but for this one, I asked you. I asked you before I did.
For this one.
No, the other one's like you'll be in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and not like just of you. You know, it's fascinating for me to hear Hyo speak German. But then, I mean, not that it really happens. It's only when I ask her. Because when we went on the retreat at church, Hyo happened to be in our group at church, and then I would ask for her to pray in German, and like she always does it when I ask. It's really nice. It's just as shocking for me to hear Hyo speak Korean because she's like fully fluent. She's like trilingual, like straight up. Like I used to claim to say, oh, I could speak a little bit of Spanish because like I studied Spanish in high school, but like I wouldn't consider myself trilingual. But yeah, Hyo, when we're hanging out and she picks up a phone call in Korean, I like look over, I'm like, who are you? It's just like perfect pronunciation, like yeah.
I'm a ninja. That's why I always wear black.
She is a ninja. What are you doing now? You're so fast. Because usually I like to like watch and ask questions about what you're doing. Do you want me to leave? Do you want to take over this morning chat by yourself?
I guess I just want to put my face on.
Yeah, I know.
I'm on national YouTube.
You know the thing with Hyo is I texted her this morning and I was like, come over early. I'll get you some coffee and some baked goods, you know, not baked by me.
She got me this bread. It was so good.
From my favorite bakery that I talked about in Dating My Husband. So good, right? And I told her, I was like, yo, don't forget, don't put on makeup. Because, you know, in the morning, you just like reflexively want to do everything. And this girl walks in and I look at her, I'm like, why do you even wear makeup? Like, she's just such a natural beauty. No, you really
guys saw me. You guys see me.
I know what you mean. When I first started morning chats, it's like, as soon as I turn on the camera, I'm like, hi. So vulnerable.
Yeah, I don't know any of you. Except for, I know Pastor Joel you're watching.
Oh my gosh.
Probably on Saturday while he's prepping his sermon.
He is so funny because like on Sundays, right, when we have our small group, well, I don't know how, but morning chats I feel like somehow gets brought up, right? Almost every Sunday, and he'll be like, yeah, I saw it. Like, wow, like it's so nice that you're a man. You don't even like put on makeup, but you sat through 20 minutes of me just talking. I mean, like with zero interest in like makeup, you know. It'd be different if you were a male and you were interested in makeup or like products or something.
But because your makeup routine is quite similar and simple, I don't think most, like I don't watch it for the makeup. It's more fun to hear you talk
about everything twice because I tell you everything on Sunday anyway. Oh look,
do you have to breathe?
Little Brandon's calling. Hello.
Hey, I wasn't interrupting the
Yes,
show, was I?
yes you are.
Show?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
You guys have a good time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
Bye. So cute.
Another question that I got that I wanted to ask you about too is one of my very few male viewers that's not Pastor Joel. Hank, he lives in the Netherlands and he's so sweet. He always, you know, I don't think he really cares about makeup either, right Hank? I don't think you do. But he always tells me that he just watches it to just hang out with me. And he asked, I'm genuinely wondering what got you into makeup. I get that it's a very usual thing for girls, but why did you decide you would keep using it? And what are pros and cons? And the reason I wanted to have this conversation with you is because for me, like my skin has always been my biggest insecurity, like ever since high school even. And so luckily I didn't start wearing makeup too early, so I just kind of like dealt with it in my earlier ages. And then once I started in college, I definitely started so that it would help with my insecurities about makeup. It wasn't like an artistic thing for me. It was really just to mask because I was so insecure about like when I would break out, or I'm very prone to redness. Like even when I don't drink sometimes, like if I like walk around too much, I get really flushed. Like some people have just asked me if I've gotten sunburned or if I drank, and I'm like, no, I just walked.
Just walking.
Yeah, so did you, like, what was your reason for
Starting,
yeah, why did you start wearing makeup?
I think because at some point everyone just started.
How old were you?
I think my friends started as early as like 7th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
Like full face
No.
or just maybe like
But
eyeliner?
most people, so most of my friends, I didn't have a lot of issues with my like skin because I have very dry skin, so I didn't have pimples or anything like that. But they just used a bit of concealer here and there, but never foundation or heavy stuff. A lot of my German friends use eye pencils, under eye especially. And back then it was like not just black, but like blue, like blue eyeshadow, mascara. And so I started using eye pencils a lot because you can tell the difference when you do the under eye.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And when I was younger, I used a lot of lipstick.
Did you?
Which is weird, yeah.
Like
lipstick
crazy
and lip
bright
gloss.
colors, or?
It wasn't super crazy. It was never like a bright red, but it was, you know, pink or darker, almost brownish reds too.
Oh yeah, that was so in, right? Like in high school, I feel like this kind of color was so in. Just reminded me. Like that brownie.
Oh yeah.
Right? This was such a high school color. I mean, I wasn't even allowed to wear nail polish in high school.
Oh, my dad didn't like it either.
My grandma would be like, are you going to school or are you going to a fashion show? You know? I'm like, school. So now it's like, I'm like making up for lost time, and I'm like, I'm gonna get another one that's just like exactly like the last one that I showed you. But actually, I really love this color. Yeah. I got the what is this? This is the Bite Beauty multi-stick in Brioche. And it's very similar to the first lipstick I showed you, which is the Mousse Bouche lipstick in Molasses. And this one, I placed a Sephora VIB order around my birthday because I feel my very generous friends and family gifted me some Sephora gift cards. So I took advantage of the 20% off. And so I got that and I love it because I don't really wear blush. But these days I've been kind of wanting to wear blush. And you can use this for your eyes, cheeks, and lips. Yeah, and it's so matte. I know you like the mattes too.
Yeah, it's a pretty color.
So like if skin wasn't something that you wanted to like cover up or you like mask yourself behind, like what is like, if you're comfortable talking about this, like what is something that you have insecurities about, I guess, like physically speaking?
I think like face-wise, I think my eyes. Because
Really?
I was just telling her when I was in middle school, there was a phase where I would open, like for photos, I would open my eyes. Because when I smile, like my eyes disappear. So I just like do this face. And also because it makes a big difference when I have eye makeup on or not. At least I feel like that. And I feel more I don't know,
you or
more polished or more ready to, you know, take on the world.
which is so crazy to me because like I said, when Hyo walked in the door, I was like, I told you not to put on makeup, you know? But like, she wasn't even wearing anything. And to me, like, she's always so beautiful. Like, I told, one of the first things I told Hyo was, what did I say to you? I was like, God, you have one of those faces where it's like so distracting because I'll just stare at you. And then later on, I'll be like, what were we talking about? I wasn't even paying attention to what she said.
You're being too nice.
I'm really not. That's not something I say to like everyone at all. Your eyes, your dimples, and your smile, like those are very, very unique qualities, and you have like all of them, Hyo.
I have eyes, and
You do have eyes.
I wanted to bring my beauty blender. She gifted me a beauty blender, but I didn't want to carry it around when it's damp.
Moist and wet. Yeah. So what do you like about skin tint? Because you recently started using skin tint.
She got me the skin tint in medium, and oh my god, it's like water. It's the perfect amount of coverage because I don't like heavy coverage. And I remember testing the YSL. It's like a product, I forgot the name, but it has it's like a foundation, but it's super light and has almost a powdery finish. And I loved it, but it was a little drying. And it was just samples, and it's so expensive, so I never really thought about getting it. But this is like, it has the same amount of lightness, and I love it. It just goes on so smoothly.
Did you apply that with just your hands?
Yeah, just my hands.
Were you a huge Bobbi Brown? I mean, are you still a huge Bobbi Brown fan?
I like their eyeshadows because I think they have nice colors. I have their palette. Although it's hard to find your perfect eye palette because there's always like a color or two that you don't really use. I just bought it because, yeah, I have this. Wait, how do you do this?
Yeah, you gotta cover my face. Oh, that's a nice neutral one.
Yeah.
Do you use the white one too? Or like
I did use it a little bit, but not much. I just use it as a base. But sometimes I think I don't need it, and I'm really lazy when it comes to eye makeup. Yeah. Because I already have to do eyeliner and mascara and everything, so
many things.
But yeah, I like Bobbi Brown because I think the color stays long and has a nice texture.
And I've always, Bobbi Brown actually used to be one of my favorite brands, like maybe my favorite brand of all. I feel like they do have a really nice color range, and I think, I don't know if I've heard or read about this, but she's very her range caters a lot to yellow toned skin.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's why a lot of like Asians, they would say, oh, like her colors are very flattering.
Oh,
because maybe, I don't know if it was MAC or some other brand that I like first used when I first got into makeup. I just felt like, oh, these colors or the products just didn't look right on me. But when I tried out Bobbi Brown, I'm like, oh, this feels right. Like I had that feeling. It's funny because a year ago, Brandon was like, if you could work with any brand right now, like if a brand was like, oh, we want to partner with you and send you something, I like without hesitation, I was like, Bobbi Brown. It's not the case anymore. And
How so?
you know, just because I've become more conscious about choosing products with like a certain standard of ingredients. Bobbi Brown isn't very clean, and so for me, it's I'm still learning and discovering that. Like I'm only more exposed to skincare now because of Beauty Heroes. But seriously, like that is like my dream partnership. Like I still cannot believe I get to, you know, work with this brand, and yeah, just the whole learning process of it has been amazing. And like Sandra too. Sandra got into it for a few months with me because she subscribed, and it's like all we talk about. Beauty Heroes. The cool thing about Sandra is ever since she started looking into clean products, she's been doing a lot of research and looking into like clean Korean options, which is so nice for me because that's just too much work for me to do right now. Like I don't want to have to read stuff in Korean.
I really like that eyeshadow color.
Oh, thank you.
I see the palette.
It's this one. It's like I go through seasons. Like this winter, that this is mostly what I wear every single day, and then in the summer, I just like went for that every day.
Oh, that's pretty. Because I don't like the ones that have the metallic.
Oh, the shimmers.
There, yeah, the
Me
shimmers.
neither. Well, actually, I normally don't like shimmery eyeshadow, but my friend that gifted the cookies and the gummy bears that we had.
Sorry, I ate so many of those. I felt so bad.
It's so good. It's
But
so
it's
good.
gummy bears.
It was amazing. Chocolate covered gummy bears. So she got me this eye polish, and apparently you can use it for contouring too.
Oh.
It's a bit shimmery, but not like super sparkly. But Rosemary Swift, she is the woman behind this brand, and she's a celebrity makeup artist. She used this to demo on one of her models, and she was saying that these days people are just doing like the crazy contour, like down to here. It's like that's not where like the sun would naturally hit. So your contour should be like right underneath your cheekbone like this. And she was demoing it with this product. And oh my gosh, when I first put it on, it was so scary because it was so dark, and I'm like, oh, I gotta blend. I still haven't figured it out, but I used this on my eyelids the last 2 days, and I like this color too.
It doesn't smudge easily?
It does. It does because there's coconut oil in it, but she did say I didn't create this to not smudge because it's supposed to just be more like that undone, not perfect look. So she's like, even if it creases, just like, you know, blend it out with your eyes. But I think if you had oily eyelids, people would absolutely hate it. And she did even say don't put moisturizer or sunscreen on your eyelids because this will move even more. But like, I'm not gonna not moisturize like my eyelids to use this product, so I just kind of deal with the creasing when it happens. Vicky, if you're watching, thank you so much. She's the one that just like look through my beauty products wish list on my bullet journal. I'm like, did I even show that page?
Ninja.
She's
Thanks for the gummy bears.
He's the best. So the thing that I wanted Hyo to share is Hyo had a baby not too long ago. How many months is Theo now?
Oh yeah, I shared that in German. I forgot.
You secretly introduced Theo in German?
I didn't say his name, but I
What
said
did you
his
say?
name. That he's 6 months old.
And Hyo's been on maternity leave, so that's why we've been like partying every week.
Yeah.
Not really. But yeah, when are you going back to work?
In a month, January 9th.
So we have to live it up, right?
Yeah. So sad. I thought I had all the time in the world when in the summer.
Yeah.
Like time didn't fly as fast, but now it's just every day and every week is so precious.
So tell us about Theo. What is your favorite thing? Why do you love Theo? What is your favorite thing about
He came
Theo?
out of me.
And he sharts a lot.
He's a really chill baby.
He's so chill.
He just eats and sleeps and now
smiles.
he does. Like, the first 2-3 months were tough because he would want to nurse like at least every hour, and he would like not sleep when I put him down. But now, after like in Korea, they have this this milestone.
Milestone. Monument? A statue? What?
They say Koreans celebrate 100 days for babies because I heard, there are a few theories, but I heard because back in the days, it was such a big thing for babies to sadly survive until 100 days. So they celebrate that, and they also say that after 100 days it gets a lot easier with the baby. And it was true. I mean, it wasn't exactly 100 days, but around that time is where he slept a lot more. Now he pretty much sleeps through the night. Yeah, and it's easy to make him laugh. He's super ticklish, so we love to tickle him. It's just like screams.
He's so fun to tickle.
He's funny because slowly you can see his personality. Like, he's very sensitive when it comes to noises. So when people clap or laugh really loud, he'll start crying.
How do you feel about going back to work?
Oh, I think Eugene keeps saying I need it for me just to get out of the house, to feel like normal again, because it's such a 180-degree change from being so independent to you're being put in a role that you've never done before, but you have to do. And Eugene always used the word stuck. Like, he thinks I feel stuck or I look stuck because yeah, it's not something I mean, we wanted to get pregnant, but I didn't choose everything that comes with it. And it just kind of sometimes you're blindsided by all the little aspects that motherhood encompasses, parenting encompasses, and but it's a bundle of joy. He grows so fast. He's a big baby. He's like almost 10 kilo.
How many pounds?
Maybe like 20 pounds.
Yeah, he gets big every Sunday. It's like a new baby every Sunday. So what do you do for work, Hill?
I work in advertising. It's a company called McCann Erickson. I think they're based in the US, in New York.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And what do you do there?
I just
look at Instagram.
Facebook, YouTube. Now, I am on the account team. I'm an account manager, and we have a few different accounts. It's nothing with finances. I know that's when I first heard about it. It can be confusing, but so an account is usually a client account. So we manage the clients in terms of their their marketing purpose, their business, what product they want to sell, and then when they brief us, we have to develop TV commercials, print ads, and it's a lot of creativity involved, but also strategy, client handling, timeline management, things like that.
So are you trying to say you're creative and strategic?
No, it's just that's what I need to do. I just rather, play Sudoku at work.
Oh, that's right. You're a Sudoku freak. Oh my gosh, Hill, we gotta talk about Seoul Escape Room.
Oh, yeah.
On Friday, we went to Seoul Escape Room to celebrate Hyo's birthday. And if you guys are unfamiliar with what an escape room is, it's basically like a room that's designed. It's It's like a real life video game almost, where you're put into this room and you have to search the room for clues and hints to solve some kind of a puzzle. And then when you have like a time limit. We had an hour, and you have to solve it to get out of the room. I mean, they let you out after an hour, but the premise of the one that we went to was called Murder in Apartment 404. And basically it was the 6 of us. We got thrown into a room, we were blindfolded, and then it was like we've been kidnapped and then drugged, and then we woke up in this apartment, and now we have to figure out like why we're here, what happened to us, like why the kidnapper kidnapped us. And it's kind of like Saw, the movie Saw, where the victims just wake up in like a bloody bathroom, and it's like, why am I here? Why am I chained to this place? It was so cool, right?
It was really cool.
We're already like, we have to do the next one.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Because you can't do the same one because it doesn't change.
Yeah.
So you would know. Although we did say we can go back and like get the best time ever.
Beat our time.
Get out in like 2 minutes.
But it was, I mean, there was one part of it that was really creepy. Well, 2 things that were really creepy for me is I found like this chest looking thing, and I opened it, and there were clothes in there.
Ugh, it was so
like bloody clothes because someone got murdered in it. And I know it's not real blood, but it's really disturbing to like go through that. And then there was a pair of panties that had blood on them too, and it was just like crunchy, you know. It was very realistic, let's just say. The other thing that really creeped me out were like the photos of the people that we found. Like I won't give away too much in case you guys are here and want to do that, but seriously, so much fun. This room, they allowed like 10 people to go in at once, and you have to like collaborate. So whenever you find a clue, you have to let the rest of the group know so you guys can collect everything together. But luckily, there weren't other people that signed up, so it was just the 6 of us, and we all knew each other. It's also a really great game for like team building, apparently, like to go with coworkers, and you really find out like people's working styles, right?
That's funny.
Like what was your favorite part about?
Like everyone kind of did their thing without, you know, no one was saying, oh, you should do this and you should do that, but everyone like was so excited to. Everyone except one person. But yeah, you know, like everyone was doing something, and then it all came together. And then when someone was stuck, then another person would come and help out, and it was so cool to like find a key, and then someone was like, oh yeah, I know where this key goes, and like we would open, and like some magic door open, and it was really cool.
It's just like the movie.
Yeah, it was just a lot more like thought out than I expected it to be, and a lot creepier than I expected it to be.
Same. Oh my gosh,
so cool.
Like we walk in and there's a TV, and it's like one of those like dead channels, and we're like, turn it down. It's
that
so
music,
and the
like,
music is so creepy in there.
It was so creepy.
But yeah, I like what you said, because before we went in, the host or the woman that was managing the Seoul escape room, she was like, you know, who of you guys like puzzles? Because there should be like at least 2 or 3 of you that are like working on the puzzle, and other people can look for clues. And I was like, oh, that's not me. It's probably Hyo or Brandon. But I think Brandon was, oh my gosh, Brandon was the one like lifting up all the furniture, like undressing all the cushions, and then we kept getting warnings because the host watches you on the CCTV, and they'll be like, please be gentle with the furniture, and then Brandon's like, please don't push the walls. don't take the picture frame down, that's just for decoration. But he was like, I'm just trying to be thorough. And another funny thing was, you get up to 3 clues, right? And for each clue, like all of us have to agree on wanting the clue. So let's say only Hyo and I want it, and like the rest of the group are like, no, let's keep doing it ourselves. All of us have to be on board, and what we have to do is look at the camera, and we all have to start dancing. And only when she watches all of us dancing will she give us a clue. She'll flash it on the screen that was in the room. So much fun. Seoul Escape Room is a brand, and they have a few rooms scattered throughout Seoul. I know that there are other companies that have it, but I heard Seoul Escape is like top of the line. So we're trying to savor them. Because, you know, like Hyo said, once you do the rooms, you can't do it again because you know where all the clues are. Well, you can, but it won't be as fun. So we're like, let's just do 1 a month.
Yeah, we should.
We really should. We should look forward to it. Like, January. I can't wait for January just so I can go to Seoul.
January 1st, bam, let's go.
What else did we do? Oh, so after Seoul Escape Room, we came here and we played beer pong. Was that your first time playing beer pong?
They have a beer pong table.
Brandon has a beer pong table.
And Jenn wants to get one now. That's so fun.
Friday, it was pretty intense here.
Did you see the photos that I sent? There's one where you look so intense.
I always guess my game face.
Like, dang, this girl looks almost angry. And she was like,
oh, yeah. So one thing I really appreciate about my friendship with Hyo, oh my goodness. Hyo is really insightful, and I feel like she's not afraid to... She's really good about emotionally connecting, but I feel like she's not afraid to tell you the truth. And I feel like that's something that I struggle with. You know, it's like love without truth is just sentimentality, right? And like your closest friend should be able to be the most honest with you, even when it hurts. And that's the thing that I run into with Brandon, is when he tries to be honest with me, or he's really good about being truthful too, but sometimes he may say things without intentionally hurting me, but it ends up happening. It's funny because when I talk to Hyo, I feel like she's so similar to Brandon in like your logical, analytical aspect, but she has that emotional, understanding the emotions there as well. So I feel like she is such a good balance. And like even when she explains the way that she thinks, I'm able to be like, oh, okay, like that's why Brandon would say something like that, or that's what must be going on in his head. And so yeah, whenever I hang out with her and I come home, like it makes me appreciate Brandon. Yeah, so thank you for helping our marriage.
You're welcome, Brandon.
And you know what's funny? I feel like I'm very similar to Eugene, right?
It's so funny. We're like opposite twins.
Yeah.
But maybe it's also because I'm not your husband that you take things differently and more, it's easier to take in.
But I feel like it's different that you're my female friend that can relate to Brandon. Like if it was like another male friend that was maybe saying the same things that you're saying to me, I think it would be different. But I feel that emotional security with Hyo. Like I feel like I can tell her things that are bothering me, that are hurtful. I can be vulnerable with her, and then I'm ready to kind of hear her insights. And you're really good about taking both sides and being very diplomatic. Yeah, and you don't do it in a way where I feel like, oh, you don't understand me or you're being cold. I feel like you're really good about, okay, well, maybe it was meant this way. Not even with Brandon, but like other things I've shared with Hyo about, like, you know, let's say someone hurt my feelings. Unless like someone's just being blatantly mean, then Hyo will just like, oh my gosh. Other than that, like if I tell her about a situation worse, I'm like, I don't know if I'm just reading this person wrong or if they're just rude. Like she is good about being like, oh, maybe, you know, it was meant this way or that way. And
it's because I don't have the answer. I'm like, maybe it's this, maybe
no,
it's that.
that's not it. That's not it.
But you know, sometimes with girls, it's we just need to bounce it off each other and then just like come to your own conclusion.
Yeah. Sandra texted and said, how did it go today? She's so cute.
Aww.
So Hyo, you're supposed to talk about what you love about me because all of my guests do. What's your favorite thing about me, huh?
But most of the years,
you can't answer that question now after I said it.
No, I want to, but maybe you should do it in German. But you guys know Jenn. She's so... I don't want to use the word sweet because sweet makes it like, no, you know, but you're more like really like so considerate and so thoughtful. It's yeah, you just like whenever you say something or you know get me something or like, it's just like oh. But then she's tough as hell and she's like she'll be gangsta. She may pull the gangsta on you one day. And that's I love that juxtaposition. You're cool. She's so cool. You're cool. I'm friends with a cool girl. What are you doing now? Highlighting? Highlighter, yeah. This is the Glossier, what is it called? Generation G lip, what is it, lip tint?
I think they just call it Generation G lip.
It's not a lipstick, it's not a lip balm, it's like a tinted balm stick.
Sure, that works.
Yeah, it's such a pretty color.
It's very natural. It looks kind of browny, but very close to Hyo's natural lip color. Hyo, would you do this again with me next time?
Totally. I'll be less nervous next time.
Are you nervous right now?
I don't know. Now when you ask, yeah, I don't think. If I don't think about it, I won't. I'm not. But I think I've been awkwardly smiling half of the time.
Yeah, she's usually not so smiley.
No. Even when I'm smiling, I'm probably angry inside.
Thank you for doing this. I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. No, I'll see you earlier this week. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.